Multiverse stories have become more prominent than ever in recent years, and I have a few theories about how different franchises could connect to Star Wars. While any movie or TV show should stand on its own merit, revealing that separate stories exist within a multiverse creates countless possibilities. It makes crossover events possible and allows individual narratives to become part of something greater, allowing viewers to revisit them with new context. Despite this potential and the growing popularity of multiverse, Star Wars has only dabbled with alternate timelines. The original Star Wars expanded universe was replaced by the new official Disney canon. The Star Wars Visions animated series tells multiple non-canon stories based on Star Wars, and the Star Wars Infinities comics explored alternate outcomes for the original trilogy. I believe Star Wars can take this a step further and welcome other sci-fi and fantasy franchises into a larger multiverse. 10. Dune. A classic sci-fi story that heavily inspired Star Wars. Frank Herbert's Dune was one of several stories that George Lucas drew inspiration from when creating Star Wars. Story concepts Star Wars took from Dune include being set on a desert planet, a galactic empire, and a chosen one's fall from grace. Because Star Wars is based on the hero's journey, which notes the similar story structure present across cultures, I believe having Dune in the same galaxy or multiverse would be fitting. 9. Thanks 1138. George Lucas directorial debut. Thanks 1138 was George Lucas' first sci-fi movie and his directorial debut, and the title has continually appeared as an Easter egg in Lucas' other projects. Set in a dystopian future where humanity lives underground and suppresses all emotions, Thanks 1138 tackles several themes that Lucas would later explore in greater depth with Star Wars. Being created by the same man gives Thanks 1138 and Star Wars ample justification to exist in the same multiverse. 8. E.T. The Extraterrestrial. Fun Easter eggs between filmmaking legends. As longtime friends and collaborators, George Lucas and Steven Spielberg have included several references to each other's films. In E.T. the Extraterrestrial, the little alien seems to recognize a kid dressed as Yoda on Halloween. In Star Wars, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, E.T.'s species have their own pod in the Galactic Senate Chamber. The only problem here is Star Wars being a movie and a real place, but I've noticed how another sci-fi franchise offers a possible explanation. 7. Men in Black. George Lucas may have lived Star Wars before writing it. As a story about aliens living in secret on Earth, the Men in Black films have a lot of fun referencing famous people. One scene in the first movie shows several recognizable figures being monitored, including George Lucas, implying that Star Wars creator is an alien in Men in Black. This would be a hilariously fitting explanation for how Star Wars made its way to Earth from a galaxy far, far away, and alien species could cross between franchises. 6. Lucasfilm's Alien Chronicles. Books that could easily connect with Star Wars. The covers of all three novels of Lucasfilm's Alien Chronicles trilogy by Deborah Chester. A trilogy of novels written by Deborah Chester, Lucasfilm's Alien Chronicles was based on Alien Creatures from Monsters and Aliens from George Lucas, 1993, by Bob Caro. Making Willow part of a Star Wars multiverse would be another way to capitalize on these ideas. 4. Spaceballs. The definitive Star Wars parody film. A parody of the Star Wars original trilogy, Spaceballs has an aesthetically similar structure with a comedic twist. This makes Spaceballs the ideal story to establish as an alternate timeline in a Star Wars multiverse, with similar characters and events that play out in different ways.